Here's something you need to know. If work is quiet for you right now, you're not failing. Clients just can't hire you yet. And that could be for a few reasons. Sometimes, yes, it's because your portfolio isn't quite at the standard that clients need yet. That's part of the journey and it improves with time and focus. Sometimes it's not about you at all though. The economy's been tough recently and clients themselves are cutting budgets for non-essential projects. Even big companies are under pressure. And when that happens, freelance illustration can be one of the first areas that gets cut. But often the biggest reason is simply this. Clients don't know you exist, or they've forgotten about you. And if they can't see you, they can't hire you. The important part is recognizing the difference, because while you can't control the economy, you can control how visible you are and how easy you make it for clients to find and remember you. In this video, we're going to focus on the things you can control to be more visible, more proactive, and more hireable. In my recent illustration career quiz, taken by more than 500 illustrators, most people admitted visibility was their biggest struggle. It's closed now, by the way. More than half of them said that clients rarely or never find them through their website or social media. 72% described their online presence as inconsistent or quiet, and 59% said they haven't reached out to a potential client in the last month. That's not just beginners. The illustrators that took the quiz are from all levels of experience, but from this cross-section, the pattern is clear. Most illustrators simply aren't visible enough to clients. 14% of people said they prioritize marketing every week, and 38% of them said they do almost no marketing. If you're hidden away, clients can't hire you. It's that simple. Now, of course, developing your craft is important too. Some of these illustrators may still be working on getting their skills up to a professional level. Improving creative and technical skills is a lifelong process for any illustrator. But what I've seen again and again is that plenty of skilled illustrators get stuck, not because their work isn't good enough, but because they're invisible. The illustrators who do get regular work aren't always the most talented. They're the ones who've made themselves visible, consistent, and easy to find. So the big question is, how do you actually make yourself visible? Because it's not about luck or waiting for clients to stumble across your portfolio. It's about your habits. If you've got a system for reaching out to clients regularly and following up to, plus a consistent social media presence and a client-focused portfolio, you're so much easier to hire. In this video, we'll break it down into 3 areas. Showing up consistently online, reaching out directly to clients instead of waiting for them to find you, and developing a portfolio that appeals to clients. Let's dive into the first one. Online presence and social media is something I hear illustrators worrying about and complaining about a lot. The stats from the quiz only make that more clear. It tells me that 3 out of 4 illustrators are pretty much invisible online, and if clients can't see you, they can't hire you. The quiz isn't a bulletproof scientific study, it's just a bit of fun really, but it gives a good cross-section, I think. Now, showing up online doesn't mean you have to post every day or dance around on TikTok. We don't want it to be a distraction from doing the work, but it is an important part of getting work in the first place. What it does mean is being intentional with social media. Make it part of your weekly routine to set aside time to focus on content, share the work that you want to be hired for, engage with other people on social media, and make it easy for people to understand what you do and what you can offer. And stick with it until you see some results. The mistake I see all the time, and the mistake I've made myself, is that people post a few times, don't see any results, and then stop. It's like sending 2 job applications out and saying, I guess no one's hiring. The social media algorithms are mysterious in some ways, but in this way, they're easy to understand. If you post inconsistently, the platform assumes you're not serious, so it won't push your work out to new people. Consistency signals that you're going to provide value to the platform regularly, which is what they want. I've done a lot of focused social media experiments this year on Threads, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and I've seen incredible growth. When I started focusing on Instagram earlier in the year, I doubled my followers in 6 weeks from 6,000 to 12,000. And in the last 90 days, I've had almost 3 million views on my Instagram profile. In themselves, these are just vanity metrics, but I've also sold more books and booked more portfolio reviews. That means real rewards for that effort. I committed and I experimented like crazy. Then once I had some data and I could see what was working and what wasn't, I doubled down on what worked and just cut what didn't. The quantity of posts does help, but if you post a high quantity of things that don't perform well, that isn't going to work. Try to test different formats, see what's trending and performing well from other artists, illustrators, photographers and designers, and give it a go yourself. Don't expect to go viral, but some things will do better than others. And when you notice that, you think, okay, that carousel with music added to it worked well. I should try that again and see if I can improve on it. And you know what? The next one you post might not do as well, but don't stop there. Figure out why it didn't do as well. Was it the hook that was stronger in the first one? Was it about the style of music? Was it about how many images you included? There's a ton of factors to experiment with. Take a look at these text-based carousels from my Instagram profile. Super easy to make, but I made sure they were valuable and useful. The first one I posted at the start of this year got 36,000 views and over 2,000 saves. That was way more than anything else I'd posted ever before, so I knew I was onto a winner. I've posted 11 more similar carousels since then because I saw that it's a format that could work really well. Number 2 got 32,000 views. Number 3, only 10,000 views. So what can I learn from that? It probably wasn't the right topic for my audience. The next one got 55,000 views, then back to 17,000 views. Number 6 got 79,000 views. Number 7 got 63,000 views. At that point, I tried something new with the design of it, and number 8 got 244,000 views and 691 new followers. Then the next one went back to 19,000. You can see it's not a perfect science, but over time, the trend goes upwards, and it only gets easier as time goes on. Then the last 2 I've posted have just been amazing. 323,000 views, and the most recent one, 643,000 views. Growing on social media isn't about luck, it's about habits, experimenting and consistency. If I'd have stopped after that 3rd post that didn't perform that well, I would have lost out on 1.5 million views on my profile and thousands of new followers. Now, what I put out onto social media is a lot more visible to the people I want to connect with than it was when I started. It's not about going viral, it's about building momentum post by post until clients can't help but notice you. That said, I did have a viral reel in that time, over 1 million views and 1,400 new followers, but I suspect that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't already being consistent. I'd already proved to the algorithm that I was providing valuable content that's worth sharing, so they pushed it out more. How about reaching out to clients? There's still a bit of luck involved in the right people, clients, coming across your work on social media. The more visible you are on there in general, the more likely it is, but nothing beats getting in touch with clients directly because you can almost guarantee that they'll look at your email. Again, this is about creating a manageable, ongoing habit, not giving yourself a huge, overwhelming task. Don't wait until you've got a quiet month and then send out 100 emails in one go. That's exhausting, boring, and you'll probably never want to do it again. Instead, think of it like exercise. A little bit regularly makes a much bigger difference than a one-off sprint where you make yourself want to throw up. Set yourself a simple goal. Maybe it's just 5 emails a week. That's 1 a day. Totally doable. By the end of the year, that's over 250 potential clients who know you exist. So who do you actually email? Well, here's a simple framework you can use. 1, look at other illustrators whose work you admire. Check their websites, Behance, LinkedIn, or social media to see who they've worked with. 2, make a note of those companies. 3, look up the art director or designer at that company. LinkedIn is great for this. Number 4, find or guess their email. Tools like hunter.io or Rocket Reach can help, though they're not always reliable, or sometimes it's as simple as firstname.lastname@company.com. And number 5, send a short, polite, introductory email. And what do you write? Keep it really simple. Introduce yourself in 1 or 2 sentences, who you are, what kind of work you do, show 2 to 3 relevant examples of your work, not your whole portfolio, just the stuff this particular client could actually hire you for. Add a link to your portfolio if they want to see more, and thank them for their time. That's it. No long story, no giant attachments, no begging for work, just a quick introduction that makes it easy for them to see what you can do and easy for you to repeat every day. And the most important part, follow up. Most clients are busy. They miss emails or they just don't reply right away. A polite follow-up a couple of weeks later is often where the real response happens. If you want a more in-depth guide on emailing clients, I have a video all about it here. And the last part of the puzzle is building a client-focused portfolio. Your portfolio isn't really for you, it's for your clients. Too many illustrators treat it like a personal sketchbook or a gallery of their favourite pieces. Yes, of course, you should show your preferences and what you're best at. That's what makes you unique. But ultimately, clients want to know what you can do for them. A client-focused portfolio shows how your style applies to the clients you're trying to attract. If you want to work in publishing, show mock-up book covers or narrative illustrations. If you want to do advertising, show illustrations that look like they could live in a campaign. Clients need to be able to picture your work in their world. Work that looks like it could fit straight into their campaign, book, or product. You might have an amazing piece that you love, but if it doesn't look like a real commercial project, it could be hurting you more than helping. Consistency. Enough repeated quality that proves you can deliver the same high standard of work again and again. One great piece in a portfolio of 10 weaker images won't build trust with a client. This doesn't mean you can't experiment or that every piece has to look identical, but if your portfolio feels scattered, clients can't place you. They won't know what they're supposed to hire you for. Think of it like this. Every piece in your portfolio should be a signpost pointing to the type of work that you want to do more of. If you don't want to do children's books, don't include the children's book project you did at university just because you need to fill space up. If you want to work in fashion, show illustrations that feel like they could live in that industry. One of the best exercises you can do is to ask yourself, if a client looked at my portfolio right now, what kind of jobs would they assume that I want? If the answer doesn't match up with what you actually want, it's time for a rethink. And here's something to keep in mind. Your portfolio is never finished. It's a living thing that evolves over time. You don't need 50 pieces in it. 15 to 20 really strong, focused illustrations can go much further than a bloated portfolio full of filler. I've already made a video breaking down the biggest portfolio mistakes I've seen and how to fix them, so I'll link to that for a deeper dive. But for now, just keep this in mind. Your portfolio should act like a magnet for the kinds of clients you want to work with, and that means planning every new illustration you add. So remember, if things feel slow right now, it doesn't mean you're failing. A lot of the time, it just means clients can't see you yet. And that's something you can change by showing up consistently online, reaching out directly to the right people, and building a portfolio that makes it easy for clients to say yes. You're stacking the odds in your favor. It takes effort and it takes patience, but this is the kind of work that builds momentum over time. And when you do hit those big breaks, whether it's a dream client or even a viral post, it won't be luck. It'll be the result of all the habits you've been building. People often say, work smarter, not harder. But the truth is, you have to work hard first. Hard enough to figure out what working smart actually means for you. But becoming more visible to clients is one of the smartest moves you can make. If you want more help with these things, here are a couple of videos that go deeper into what we talked about here. See you next time.